Hey my friends, we're gonna make a little skirt steak tacos here. Saturday lunch, and I thought it would be a fun thing to record for you. Let me show you the skirt steak. This one is raw. One thing that's important about the skirt steak is that you want to peel all the membrane off the back of the underside here. So as you can see this skirt steak here, all this silver skin, you want to peel off as best as you can. You can take a little bit of a, let's see, where is it? Like this boning knife here, and you kind of just peel it off with your knife all the way through, because that will make it a lot less tough when you go to cut it and when you go to eat it. So see how that kind of peels off? So it takes a little bit of time, but you definitely want to peel that off. All right, I put a little dry rub on the skirt steak. So we did some cumin here, some chili powder, some garlic powder, and lastly, some oregano and smoked paprika. Probably the least amount of smoked paprika and garlic because they're a little bit stronger. Salt and pepper all over the skirt steak. And we're gonna go ahead and put it on our griddle here. The griddle's preheated, it's nice and hot. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil down, but not much, just a little, just to get it going. It's gonna be probably pretty loud. Now the skirt steak's gonna cook pretty quickly. But the important thing is once it's on here, just let it go. You don't need to mess with it. In the meantime, I'm going to show you our toppings. We're going to do some sliced jalapeno peppers. We're going to do a mix of cilantro, onion. So we're just going to take some onion here and chop it up pretty fine. We're going to do our onion in the grid, as we always do with our sliced onion, or chopped onion. And go all the way across. And come across this way. That's probably enough. We got a good handful of chopped onion, a little bit more. This is a great little dish for a Saturday. Even a leftover skirt steak you can put into a quesadilla, which I'm sure my son Griffin would love to do. You can throw it on top of a salad, or obviously make, more tacos out of it. We're gonna take our cilantro here, nice and dry and washed. Nice handful there. I'm gonna take the whole thing. We do this in all my classes, knife skills, a lot. Take the whole thing, make a nice tight ball with it. And we're going to slice. So forward and down with your knife. And I'm only using, as you can see, the back of the knife. Right? Just the back. You don't need this whole exaggerated motion. If your herbs start to get wet when you're slicing them, then you've chopped too much. Okay. This looks good here. Nice little topping. All right, there's our cilantro onion. Really good. Let's take a look at our steak. I'm going to give it a turn. Got some nice color there. Get to the other side. Let it sit. We'll slice up some jalapenos. Again, this is your slice, the back of the knife, forward and down. Forward and down. Forward and down. The tip of the knife stays down. All right, there's some peppers. We're using corn tortillas, which are obviously more authentic for tacos than flour, which I prefer. So this steak's going to come off and it's going to rest for a couple minutes. We're going to take it off in like a minute, I would say. So probably total, it's also room temperature, maybe 4 to 5 minutes. All right, there's our shells. I also had some cucumber in the fridge, so I thought it'd be nice to give a little crunch to the taco. Pickled onions would be good too. So just rough chop on these cucumbers so they fit well into the taco. All right, that looks good. We've got some nice green here for the taco. We have our sliced jalapenos, the cilantro onion, the cucumber, a little sriracha mayo, and this is an avocado crema, which would be nice too. Just avocado puree with some cilantro, cumin, and some lime juice. All right, let's take our steak off. Looks good. Good color. That was Peter turning on the disposal. Honey. Now, the important thing with the skirt steak is slicing it. Can you zoom in here? So the grain runs this way. Right? The grain runs this way. You think that you're just going to slice it just like this, right with the grain, but you actually want to slice it against the grain. If any time you've eaten a piece of meat and it's too chewy, it's probably because they sliced it incorrectly. So what we're going to do is just cut it into portions, like cut it in half here, and here, and here, and then we're going to slice it against the grain. You definitely want to do it against the grain because that will make it less chewy and way more tender. So this is a great tool here to clean the griddle. This is a bench scraper, but we also use it on our griddle all the time. If you have a griddle and you don't have one of these, you need to pick one up. Okay, so all that sediment is gone, and it'll be nice and clear for our taco shells. So we'll put our shells on. The griddle is a perfect way to heat up your shells. It works really well. Otherwise, you could do a microwave. You could put them, on a skillet, but it's difficult on a skillet because they don't fit very well. So you put them right on the griddle. A lot of times people have griddles, but they need to get out of breakfast and realize there's so many more things they could do on the griddle besides breakfast and grilled cheese. We use our griddle probably,
5 days a week?
5 days a week, right? When you say, we use it a lot. So basically you want to just use your hand, and once they feel nice and hot, then they're in good shape. You could either flip it with your hands, I have kind of iron hands here, or you could just use your tongs or spatula, either way. You're getting pretty hot. Okay, so I think for purpose of this, we want to kind of get this going here for you guys, so I want to show you some of the steak. So we're going to go ahead and start slicing some. So we're going to take this one here, it's a little thinner, put it into a piece here. Okay, and as I said, we're going to cut it against the grain. So remember, the grain runs this way, right? So we're going to slice it this way. You can see it's nice and pink. And that cooked literally what? That was about, what would you say, like 5 minutes, right? Wouldn't you say? Looks nice and tender, looks good, juicy. Let me taste a little piece. Good, not for you, Dewey. No. Okay, let's take our shells off and build one of these tacos for you guys. So, what I would do here is take our meat on the bottom. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh, that's good. A little bit of cucumber. That's me personally. You want cucumber on yours, honey?
Yes, please.
Oh, I'm surprised. A little bit of jalapeno, a little bit of cilantro onion. I think we'll go with this one. A little bit of the sriracha mayo. A little drizzle. So there you go. Skirt steak taco. Culinary Works, it's all in the experience.